揽投资国内专业的互联网理财平台，收益超银行活期数倍，已为众多用户带来丰厚收益。揽投资理财新选择。谈到推动斯沃琪不断创新的动力，海耶克认为，斯沃琪需要的是独立独行、打破陈规的人才。海盗精神是斯沃琪的发家之本。要始终保持7岁孩童般的好奇心，不停地去探险，对现有的规则不能一味接受，要学会质疑和挑战。
Why you have George Clooney as your board member?
Because he thinks about the next generation. You know, George Clooney is a very conscious man. He's only doing things he really likes and he loves. When he heard that we do battery, we want to do the world better with giving cars that are less polluting, he immediately wanted to invest, and he told a very interesting story. Yeah. About the technical progress. He's a friend of Jay Leno. Jay Leno is a talk master in the United States. And he's a collector of cars, Jay Leno. And George Clooney knows him. So George Clooney bought an electrical car, and then he met Jay Leno. Jay Leno has hundreds of cars. He's a car collector, a car fan. And he's a talk master, very famous in TV. And then George Clooney met him and said, hey, I bought an electrical car. And then Jay Leno told him, oh, I have one that I bought 30 years ago. And he said, oh, fine. And then Jay Leno asked George, yeah, how far can you drive? He said about 350 kilometers. And then Jay Leno said, me too. So means that 30 years ago, you had the same autonomy than today. So means that
no improvement
30 years, nothing. Because the car industry had no interest. And today you have the same situation. The oil prices are low.
Yes.
They want to amortize the big investments in their cars, in their engines. They have no intention to innovate. It's only when pressure is coming, when the people get conscious, when when there is an alternative, if there is somebody coming not from the car industry, and that's why Swatch Group comes with this battery.
I'm interested in the board members of Banana also have a banker, actor George Clooney, and also an astronaut, right?
Yes, Claude Nicollier, but he's also in the board.
Why you have the astronaut?
You know, he's also in the board of Swatch Group, not only in Bellenos. Swatch Group and Bellenos was always run. If you make innovation and new products, you need to be independent.
Of course.
And you need spirits of people that are independent. You don't need people coming from universities and having MBAs. You need people who did something extraordinary, who come from different areas.
Need people unique and different.
Yes, and with personalities. Mr. Nicollier was the first astronaut of Switzerland.
Yeah.
And he is a fantastic personality. He thinks out of the box. You know, when you sit with him and you talk with him, he's not telling you the stories from the school or from the bankers. He tells you other stories. And he has an opinion that's important for us. The same George Clooney. George Clooney is giving another view. Yeah. He is popular. And you need this kind of people. These are important people. And they are, of course, totally unconventional. And we have always been like this, our company. We give nothing on the way, we don't have to come with a tie. You can come with jeans. We are not a standard company. We don't have private planes in our company. We are simple. We think about the consumer. And that's why our board is full of these kind of people that are coming from different areas, and this lets us to be the most innovative company, certainly in the watch industry.
So have they really brought some new spirits to Swatch Group?
My father brought the new spirit into Swatch Group. You know, I have something from my father. Always told me, and to all of us, keep the spirit of your 7 years. When you're a child, you ask everything. For me, it's far, I have gray hair. You is much closer to childhood.
Okay.
But when you're a child, you have the courage to ask all questions. You don't care if somebody would say, no, don't ask this question. And that's why I have, for example, in front of my office, hanging out of the building, is a pirate's flag. It's hanging out there, a pirate's flag, because the pirate's flag means challenge all the rules. Don't just accept the rules. If somebody says you have not the right to do this, or you should not do this, I ask why. Explain me why. Okay, I understand that certain things we should not do, but you have to tell me why. I will not just accept it. And this is the philosophy of our company. We want to challenge the rules, because rules are usually put out there to standardize, to make everything equal, to make everything comparable. But the world is not comparable. Every single individual is not comparable to the other one. That's the nice thing. You cannot compare, and the world wants to compare all the time. But the extraordinary you cannot compare. And that's why, that's the philosophy of the company. And that's how we made our battery also, not just our watches, that we are courageous, we invest the money, and that's how we find results, because we are totally unconventional. But on the other hand, we are very conventional, because we put research together with production.
Of course. That's the way combined together makes something unique.